guys. Okay, I'm on a roll, so we're gonna do more Raggedy Ann stuff today. This was a little girl that I had made into a doll pattern like 20 some years ago, and then I turned her into a greeting card. So I tried to find another way to use her. And this is just on a little piece of wood, and actually these were the old Formica tiles that you would pick up at a hardware store. So I just painted the piece of wood, and I'm cutting my greeting card out and doing a little 3D on here, and then you have a cute little sign or a plaque with Raggedy Ann. Let's get started. So this is the template you're gonna get for this project, and actually we're doing 2 different videos on these 2 projects, so definitely take a look out for the little journal that we're doing too. So below in the description, you're gonna have the link for the template for this girl. So after you've done her and you copy her off onto heavy cardstock, you're just gonna cut her out. And here we go. I've already had that done, so you don't have to be bored watching me cut. And I cut out her extra heart. So what I did next was to give her a little dimension, I sewed around her. And you can see in the back with my squiggly stitches on my sewing machine, I just sewed around where the apron was, the top of her shirt, and around her head. You can do that, you can do more, you can do less. Whatever you would like to do, it just gives her a little more dimension. And then what I did is I took the heart and the same thing. I just did some stitching on the heart. You can see on the back here. So what will we do next is after you have your piece cut out and sewn, I'm gonna take and just lightly sand her just a little bit to make her look just a little older. You wanna be careful you don't do that through your stitches though. And then now we are going to glue her to our board. Okay, I'm just gonna use just some regular glue stick, but you can use any type of glue you want because it is cardstock. And I am just gonna put a nice amount of glue stick and blob it on her. I'm just gonna stick her down. And then the heart I sanded a little bit too. And with this though, I'm not gonna glue her on. I'm gonna use some pop dots for this. So I'm just using some little pop dots and just little foam adhesive squares, and it gives you a little dimension to your project. Probably just use 1, but I'm gonna use 3. And I'm just gonna stick it right over. So now I have my heart on here, and it's a little 3D, and I'm just gonna add a little word that says original, and it's just one of my rub-on transfer words that you can pick up at a craft store. So I'm just gonna put it down here, but you could put it anywhere. Like on this one, I put a little saying up in the corner or at the bottom. And I'm sorry, I know the rest of my family says, you don't need to do this, but I do. Everything needs a little extra blush, especially Raggedy Ann. So I'm just using a little red ink, but you could use blush, you could use whatever you want. And I'm doing her cheeks. Okay, she's really getting it today. Whoa, maybe a little much, but that's okay. And on this one, I just used just antiquing gel, or you could use a distress ink, and you could just distress her to make her look a little older. And on this one, I used the dark wax. And I think I'm just gonna use the dark wax. Now, if you don't want your threads to be dark, you could use dark wax or distressing before you even sew her, and your strings will stay whiter if you're sewing her. Still do a little sanding, just be careful you don't get all your strings. And on this one, I just took a little piece of sari silk and hung it. And there you go, you have your cute little girl on a board. So like I said, I just took one of my greeting cards and used that to cut out to put on here. But you could take any greeting cards or any heavy photo and do the same type of thing to give yourself a little 3D look on a plaque. So whatever you do, have fun.